Wagwan. What's going on, you guys? It's your boy 360 Stacks in this thing, baby. Representing TKOG. And my boy, you know what I'm about to talk about? Not this card. Alright, so dude, I normally stay very up to date with what's going on with Yu-Gi-Oh! Even if I'm not playing in high caliber or high tier events. Granted, I'm able to do it way more now, like having transportation and having a better job and stuff. But YCS Niagara just happened. And dude, this is like, okay, so this is kind of like reminiscent of the video that I put up about controversy in the community, right? Typically, there's certain things that I just feel like always have to be addressed because, you know, most of the time, like when you hear stuff like this, people, they have an opinion that's formulated based on what other people think. And it gets to a point where it's just like, they're just saying repeated words. And the people who I really feel like I can really like resonate with what they're talking about is like the people that it happens to, or the people that experienced it, or the people that was there, and then everybody else is just kind of just like, you know, just feeding off of other people's energy. So like there's always controversy in regards to cards like Mystic Mine. You'll have, like, I talked about Super Poly, I talked about Dark World, I talked about Spirit Mode, Lava Golem, board breaking cards the last video. You have cards like Mystic Mine, Dimension Shifter, Goals and Match, Rivalry, Skill Drain. There Can Only Be Fun, you know, Floodgate cards, or lingering effects like Droll, Lockbird, Lancia, Abyss Dweller. You know, these cards, I don't have to make a video covering each one individually. I can just talk about all of them, and the one that right now, and they all kind of flip-flop. There's times where one is just like the card, you know, that is just such a hard counter to the best deck. And what happens is this. Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you click the notification bell if you do subscribe. Definitely leave a like and a comment to support your boy, help the algorithm. And if you want to support me even further, check the description box. The links to my Discord and my Patreon are there if you really want to take it further. You know, say I love you, I say you love you too. So, yo, like first it's Mystic Mine, right? And it's like, I understand the frustration of players because I myself have been in a lot of the predicaments that these people are discussing. But here's the thing right here, right? So if I am player A and I'm playing Danger Tier Element, right? And I am putting up a board that says you cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or I'm playing Sprite and I'm trying to put up as many negates as possible. Do you think that I want my opponent to play Yu-Gi-Oh? No. So therefore, how do I have the right to get mad at my opponent for doing the same thing to me? Think about it. They're doing the same thing, but they're accomplishing it with a different card, a different engine, a different archetype. It could be a generic card that's splashable in a lot of decks, or it could be a card that's catered and tailored to certain decks that most people would find unappealing, that most people wouldn't play. So, player B, kudos to you for not playing meta, you know, and still doing well and proving that it really isn't the deck, it is the player, and there's a lot of skill involved with this card game. There's luck and skill, but skill is the primary and dominant force, right? And then also, kudos to you for getting them salty, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, if you have somebody that's successful and they have a big name, you know, and like their name, like when you just hear it, it gives you goosebumps, bro, and they're like really pressed that they lost to you, that's another accomplishment for you. That one goes down to the books. So what I've been seeing is like, now it's not Mystic Mine. Now what I was seeing from like the footage that I saw from YCS Niagara, like, and also you always have these ignorant commenters. Like, you'll have stuff like this. Like, let's say I played one copy of Mystic Mine in my Goki deck or my Moki Moki Smackdown deck. You know what they're gonna say if I win nice YCS Niagara with that? Nice Mystic Mine deck. Mystic Mine won YCS Niagara. If I played 18 hand traps, nice hand trap deck. So it's basically hand traps with a small engine. And if I played 3 Dimension Shifter, you know what they're gonna say? Nice Dimension Shifter deck. So it looks like Dimension Shifter won YCS Niagara. It goes in tandem to what I said before. People are constantly undermining and discrediting players, and their opinions aren't valid at all, because how dare you come and pee in my milkshake, completely invalidate my reasonings, justifications for the card choices, ratios, and things in that nature. Everything in regards to the deck building process. You literally came here and took a poop on everything that I had, yo, and you said, F your opinion, this is a Dimension Shifter deck. And then you want everybody else to respect your opinion. Bruh. Not only is that so hypocritical, but again, it resonates so much with, I'm playing a deck that says you cannot play Yu-Gi-Oh! If I am allowed to play, you will not be allowed to play. But how dare you do the same thing to me? How dare you put me under shifter and my deck can't play? That's not fair. You're supposed to let me play so that you can't play, because that is fair. That totally makes sense. How dare you Dark Roller Mystic Mind me? That's cheesy. You're a scrub. You have no skill. You got lucky. I can't play. What am I supposed to do? It's not like I can outmind. Ban Mystic Mind, right? Hashtag ban Mystic Mind. Wait. What was I supposed to do? Your deck puts up a board that literally says I can't play. How is it fair for you to knock the way I'm doing it, and the way you're doing it is okay? Why? Because you paid more money and you have to play more cards, and your deck requires an engine to do it, and I just played one card like shifter or mine and I just win? Like, what? Like, yo, good cards are good. And it's like, you want to blame somebody? Fine. If you really just want to be that ignorant and say this guy has no skill, it's a Mystic Mind deck, it's a shifter deck, you still can't blame him. You gotta blame Konami for printing these cards, bro. All I'm doing is just playing cards that are allowed for everyone. Anyone, it's fair game. Anyone can play these cards, right? So how is it my fault, bro? Like, how is it my fault that I'm playing a card that anybody can play? It's not my fault you're not playing it. Granted, now can anybody just play any kind of deck? No. There's skill gaps, right? There's ceilings. There's different things. There's levels to this, man. Everybody cannot play every deck. But I'll tell you one thing: everybody can play shifter, bruh. Anybody can play Mystic Mind, and that's why certain players play these cards, because they're just not galaxy brained like you are, you know. And yeah, they want to accomplish the same result as you. They just don't want to complicate things, bro. Like, they're not trying to like have a 30-minute turn playing Danger Tier or Sprite and put up a board that says you can't play. They just want to shifter you, so they don't have to think about it. They just want to activate Mystic Mind. Now, you're a hypocrite for two different reasons. You're a hypocrite because you are literally trying to prevent them from playing the game. That is how most TCG Yu-Gi-Oh players think. They want to win by telling their opponent that they can't play. Therefore, you're minimizing your opponent's chances of even being able to play the game in an optimal way. That's how you're winning. And then there's two. You are also a hypocrite because what they did to you is not okay, but what you're doing to them is. I don't know, bro. I see both of them as fair game. I feel like that's the kind of guy I am. I don't cry for banlist. I'm not a crybaby. I got thick skin, bro. Like, that kind of stuff doesn't bother me. I don't care. Good cards are allowed to exist. I really don't feel like there's a lot of cards that people think should be banned, and I really don't, because I am personally the kind of Yu-Gi-Oh player that adapts and adjusts, and I really like good cards existing. I like the fun and just how it throws things off. Like, it can really turn a format upside down. There's certain cards that just really do that, and they'll become popular and trendy. So I personally just really wanted to touch on that topic, because, like, yo, so many people are like, Dimension Shifter needs to be banned. It's not fair. You know what? If Dimension Shifter needs to be banned, then they need to ban every single good card that exists, and we're just going to play Gold format and Edison format. Is that what you guys want? Because if you're telling me it's okay for somebody to hit a card that I want to play, then I want all your cards hit. I want every tier element name to go to 0. And then, guess what? They don't have to ban Shifter anymore, because it's not going to work against your deck, because you're not going to be playing that deck. So, bruh, shut up. Like, nobody cares. That's a big issue to me. Like, I see it on Facebook, I see it on YouTube, I see people making videos about it, and I was like, I'm about to make a video about it, but my video is going to be controversial, because I'm not going to be sitting here justifying their decisions and their opinions, saying, yeah, ban that card, bro, ban Shifter, it needs to go, ban Mystic Mind, it needs to go. Nope. It's fair game, bro. Those cards are allowed to exist. And you know what? It's your fault for not preparing for a card that's been around for how long now? It's your fault, and I say this in my videos. People, bro, I'm not the biggest channel, but I feel like people don't listen to me, and then I want to go back and say I told you so, because I say so many repetitive statements in my videos that it becomes a cliche. I say, if you know that your deck loses to something, and you do not take the time to provide coverage for that card or that specific scenario, whether it's a floodgate, a blowout, a hand trap, a popular tech, whatever it is, and you know that if your opponent draws this, that they're going to win the duel, and you decided to not prepare for that card, whose fault is it but your own, bro? There's an out to every single card in the game. I don't care if you draw it or not, and you say, oh, well, you better have it. You know, if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you lose. Who cares? The fact is, there is a way for you to mentally and physically prepare for any scenario that you would be put into. You have to respect certain cards. So if you lost the shifter, you didn't respect it. So now, therefore, you didn't respect it, you lost to it, and now you want a card that you didn't respect to get banned. Hashtag ban every single Yu-Gi-Oh card that's good in the game, bro. I just don't understand it, bro. So that's it, yo. I could go on a tangent forever because I'm just not these people, yo. I don't think that way. I'm just built different, bro. I just play the game and I don't complain. And it's not to say I'm grateful for everything, because there are certain things that kind of bother me too. But the answer is never just outright ban it. You know what the answer is? Get better, prepare mentally, and now let this be a learning lesson for you. This is a hard knock lesson. If I lose to certain things, I go out of my way to make sure I prepare for that, especially if I know it's going to happen again, so that the next time it happens, I'm ready for it. If I'm constantly losing in time, I'm definitely going to have a way to win in time. If I'm constantly losing to, like, a floodgate, traps, whatever it is, or let's just say everybody's main decking Droll, and I'm playing a deck that literally loses to Droll, instead of sitting here crying saying, ban Droll, bro, like, I'm going to start putting in crossouts, talents, Gamma, called by. I might even be crazy enough to play Drag Down into the Grave, bro. I will do any and everything I can to prepare for what I know my deck struggles with. So it's not necessarily the person, like, let's say Ray, right? He won YCS Niagara. It's not that his deck's a Dimension Shifter deck. He's a really good player, and I don't like when people take credit away from another person. That's a scrub mentality to even think that way. It's not his fault. It's their fault for not preparing for a card that's been so popular ever since Flunder came out. This card's been popular. You know it's going to be there. You're at a YCS. It's a huge event. You should expect people to be playing Flunder. And you can cry and say, oh, Flunder, it's not a good deck. It has no skill. It's the most unfun deck to play against. But what if the person playing Flunder feels the same way about your 5 negate board? How are they supposed to play it? So it's like, people are doing the same thing with just different cards, and that's why I feel like, just shut up, bro. Stop complaining. Stop being a baby. Grow up. Prepare mentally, you know. Get your head right. And don't let it happen again, because you have control over a lot of things, a lot more things than you know, but people don't want to get better, they don't want to adapt, they don't want to make the necessary changes, they don't want to adjust, they don't want to leave their comfort zone, they want to be babied and pampered, and they just want Konami to fix the problem for them because they don't have brain power to do the work themselves. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. God bless y'all, make good choices, don't hurt your brain cells, stay up, be safe, peace.